Hello folks, welcome. My name is Alyssa. This is my channel of New Direction, and this is an energy forecast for the week of November the 23rd to the 29th. It is the 24th. I am a day late. But anyway, that's fine. We'll keep rolling with it anyway. It's not like, this stuff is on a particular time schedule. So this week, energies are really shifting, guys. There's a full moon coming on the 29th. There will be a full moon reading coming out as well. So be sure to, I'll link that to the end of this video. So be sure to check it out. It's a pretty big full moon. It's actually a lunar eclipse. And it's got this Gemini, and actually if you're interested in the full moon and you're interested in the energies of that, be sure to check that video out. We're just going to leave that out of this video. So let's get right into this. So we're going to start here with oracle cards for the overall energies kind of the week. And then we're going to pull some energy just as far as emotional energy, spiritual energy, and the physical energy. And we're actually going to do it a little bit differently this week. We're going to break it up into the divine masculine and the divine feminine separate energies. And I don't want you to think of it as, well, that has to be the masculine and this has to be the feminine. I mean, if you want to pull it apart and put it into a relationship, that's fine, do that. But make sure that the first time you watch this through, maybe the better way to say it is the fire energy and the water energy of our beings, okay? And maybe then, just kind of try to take some of that. But we have to be thinking about that, okay? We really have to be pulling ourselves, like, the more that we dive and get closer to this, to the end of 2020, like, it's really calling us to just look at ourselves as a whole. We really have to be focusing on our whole energy here. All right, let's get started. Okay, so Spirit, this is for the week of November 23rd. What is the incoming, one or two? The incoming energies here, Spirit. It's the overall incoming energy here for the week of November. That is a lot. We're taking the Otter. You are never alone. That's a beautiful energy to have. And the Otter, the energy of the Otter Spirit here is really just that you are never alone. You are always connected, to the universe, to the divine. Like there is, and it can even be that energy of those around you, those who truly love you. But that is truly, the Otter Spirit is really that, just that universal kind of love that no matter where you are within your journey, you're not alone. You're never alone. Overall energies here, Spirit, for the week of November 23rd to 29th. Wow, the High Priestess, harness your mystic power, and the Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. And isn't that interesting that they're both feminine kind of energies here? The Shield Maiden is all about making plans and focus, and she is like, in this deck, she is such a powerful feminine energy, because this is really, the Shield Maidens in the Vikings, like they went to battle just like the men. They were not like that feminine kind of energy of the Shield Maiden is to like be brave, be bold, and especially when, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a feminine to embrace this energy, but this is about talking about that energy of embracing that feminine drive within inside of you and connecting and embracing that, feminine intuition within inside you here, Make plans and focus. So important. And the High Priestess here was harness the mystic power. And it's kind of interesting, but the High Priestess within the Egyptian kind of, just within their, however that worked, the High Priestess was actually higher than the High Priest because she had such a divine connection. Like she was like, her mystic power was just so much more intense. It was so connected to the divine. It was so connected to the intuition. And that is, when we're talking here about focusing your power, harnessing your power, creating that, harnessing that mystic energy within inside of you. This is really connecting to your intuition, listening to that divine feminine voice that's saying, this is the way that we need to go. That's the water aspect of our lives, right? All right, let's pull an angel card 2 for the week. Wow. Career transition. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. Well, for some of you, that can certainly be the case. That has, that has been shifting a lot too within 2020 is how we connect ourselves to what it is that we truly want to do. You know, we're not just necessarily going out there to do just any particular job anymore. You know, it is listening to our heart. It is following that. And I mean, that doesn't have to be necessarily it can even be side gigs, guys. Like, don't think that, oh, well, that just has to, not all of us are changing careers. I get that. Healthy lifestyle, eat a healthy full diet, get adequate sleep and exercise and exercise regularly for optimal health. And this is very important too. We really do need to be sure that we are taking care of ourselves, right? And comfort. I am with you in the time of need, helping your heart to heal. Look at that. You know, and there is so much energy shifting. You know, a lot of us are going through some sort of emotional growth one way or another, you know, where we have been addressed with certain shadow aspects of ourselves that haven't necessarily been worked through. You know, it's not that we haven't done a lot of growth in 2020 up until this point. It's just that now we're in this phase of what is still left to go is going to be triggered to a certain aspect, right? Okay, so that was the overall energies for the week. So let's get into this. So we are going to start with the emotional energy. I'm actually going to shuffle here just a couple times, and then I'm going to split the deck and just pull all the energies for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, or the fire and water, whatever one you're rocking with. I think I'm probably going to call it the fire and water, guys, because I'm really like, I get the whole divine masculine and feminine, you know, journeys, and I understand all that, but it's so important right now to be focusing on your own whole growth, okay? All right, so let's split this deck. Let's do this. All right, so for the divine masculine, first one out, we have hostilities. Actually, we're going to keep energies the way they are. Divine feminine, we have the magician and the mirror in reverse as well. The angel of love for the spiritual energy here. Appreciation in reverse here for the divine feminine. Healer of ages in reverse. And the first chakra in reverse. Wow, those are some pretty fun energies. Okay, well, it's no coincidence that I picked up the deck that way, so we're just going to go with it here, guys. You know, there is, and this is kind of the energy almost even that we are, you know, I feel like this week with really coming into this full moon, it's the kind of the energy of the shadow week. Okay, the energy of looking into kind of those shadows here. So let's start here. So the emotional energy here for the fire side was hostilities in reverse. You know, and this can really be the energy where, you know, maybe in the past there has been defensiveness, you know, and this is kind of like emotionally where that defensiveness is releasing itself. Okay, that defensiveness is kind of like taking the side step. Let's get a clarifier here. Two of Cups. And the Five of Wands. Yeah, see, this fire energy here for the emotional side, you know, that action, divine masculine energy here for the emotional side. The Two of Cups, like this is the blending of energies, right? This is really where, you know, you acknowledge what your energy whole looks like and what another energy, you know, and it doesn't need to be a romantic relationship. It certainly has the qualities, it has the ability to be a romantic relationship, but doesn't necessarily need to be. But this is really the energy shift in which you're leveling yourself up here. You know, you're releasing the hostility. You know, this is kind of that energy of becoming more vulnerable on this emotional level, right? And to really blend energies, we have to be vulnerable, guys. We do. Okay, the Five of Wands has that kind of like, it can be very conflicted, like it can be a very tough transition into this next kind of leveling up. It can be, for sure. But I mean, that growth takes some sort of like, if it was easy, then, you know, the growth, that kind of like, the growth, the attainability of that growth just would be diminished, right? If it was easy. So there is that kind of struggling energy here of the Five of Wands, acknowledging, you know, that kind of climb or that shift within yourself to release the hostilities here. Okay, to allow yourself to be vulnerable. And I mean, we do have to pick, I mean, that doesn't mean that you just go and put it all out on the line and lay it all out there. But I mean, you're going to be guided to what it is that you are being asked to be vulnerable about, right? So this divine feminine emotional energy here was the magician and the mirror in reverse. And this is really like the Magician in the Mirror upright is talking about a balance of energy, you know, and the Divine Feminine can almost be in this place right now where things are like she's been balanced for quite some time. You know, Libra is moving from Venus, which is the ruler of the Divine Feminine, is moving from the house of Libra into Scorpio, which is, I mean, Libra is its own house, so it's very comfortable within that house. And as the Divine Feminine energy here moves into Scorpio, there is a change within this. And, you know, and I kind of get that feeling that that's what that Magician in the Mirror is about, where it can just almost be that imbalance of like, why is it maybe not going, why is the mirror maybe not even being, you know, coming, why is it still freaking cloudy, right? So many today. Oh, that was a lot more. Yeah, see, this Magician in the Mirror energy here, when it's talking about the balance, look at what it's balancing. The fire and the water, right? When it's the energy here of being imbalanced and that mirror is still fogged, this is the energy of feeling imbalanced in that faith, imbalanced even within your emotions and understanding that, okay, well, how is this going to work out? How is this energy, you know, how is this happiness, the 10 of Cups here? How is this going to look? You know, because emotionally, maybe right now, you know, this water energy, this Divine Feminine kind of energy within you is feeling emotionally like drained or maybe just very uncertain of how that kind of fulfillment comes in. But look here, the Queen of Pentacles behind this, because this is the energy of understanding what the actions you must take in life are saying. Like this is that intuition kind of guidance, right? Where you're like, you're in that place of just acknowledging that this is the way, these are the steps I'm supposed to be taking, you know? And maybe that, you know, it could be even that this Magician in the Mirror in reverse is just where you know that something has to happen. You know that you're being called to make an action here. You know that some sort of tangible step here must be made. And it's maybe even that fear, right? That emotional kind of fear of like, well, is it going to fulfill me? But that's faith, guys. That's faith. See, and the Nine of Swords was after that Queen of Pentacles. Because what is shifting here within this emotional energy of the Divine Feminine is it's a hard one. You know, it's something that has a lot of baggage, a lot of triggers here with it. You know, it's got a lot of mental, emotional, you know, whether it's anxiety or it's just those kind of deep emotional, I don't know, heavy kind of shit in your head, right? Like, I get it. That is very much the energy right now of where, you know, where we're kind of disconnected. Like, is that faith actually, like, we've been faithing it for so long, right? Is it going to be something, right? But it's about embracing that Page of Wands, guys. You know, emotionally, that is where we find the power. Emotionally, this is where we find the balance. Because it is about going forward and embracing this new sense of self. It is about having the faith in the being that is to come here, you know? It's allowing what just needs to be, right? That's how we bring in the sun. That's how we bring in the fulfillment. Absolutely. It's going to move right here for that. Yeah, look. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Let's go on here for the Divine Masculine. 3. Okay. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Your commitment is being tested. The first quarter moon. And a new start is coming. The new moon. Look at that. Wow. Well, that's some pretty solid emotional energy here, you know, guys. It's as though that action side within us is calling us to really break free, allow ourselves to drop the hostilities, allow ourselves to drop those walls, you know. Don't let pride get in our way, you know. Your commitment is being tested here, and this is not because the universe sets out to test us, but this is because in order to stop patterns and cycles from repeating in their old ways, we have to be committed to the change we are making. We have to be committed to the cycles that we are putting an end to, so that we can embrace the new start here, you know? That is what this energy of the Five of Wands is. That is what that conflicting energy of leveling up and changing is. you know, and I get it because that divine feminine side within inside of us, that faith, that intuition, that guiding light, it's been like, okay, is there still like, do I have it in me to you know, to level myself up like this? Like, do I have it in me to allow that action side of me to drop the walls? Right? You do, you know, the end of a tough cycle approaches here. Beautiful. All right, spiritual energy here. For the divine masculine energy was the angel of love in reverse. You know, and this can really be where there's just that lack within the faith, you know, that lack of love within the faith. Maybe where there, you know, that's just the energy of not feeling the love, or maybe it's even the energy of not connecting the actions here to what it is that, you know, your heart is telling you to do, right? It's ignoring it, right? Three of Pentacles. It could be where, you know, where you're wanting to build some sort of, and Mother of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles again. Look at that. That's very interesting because I believe, you know, with this energy of the Pentacles here, this is tangible change, you know, and when we're talking about spirituality, we're talking about faith, right? We're talking about our faith in the things in the life that we are living. You know, it's that faith that guides us to kind of make those steps, you know, to continue to align us to the life that we want to live because we have a faith in something. That is what the line of spirituality is talking about, right? It's just talking about that energy of connecting to a higher, that energy of connecting to the universe on a bigger, more wider scale, right? This divine masculine energy here is really, I kind of feel, where the love is lacking in the faith of whether or not they are going to be able to build and bring in, nourish, follow their intuition, and bring in those steps, you know? This is the Mother of Pentacles, right? Here with the divine feminine is embracing this in her emotional energy. This is the energy here that the divine masculine is feeling in the spiritual, because it's that listening to the faith, right? It's that listening to the intuition. It's about making the tangible steps to connect. You know, the mother of Pentacles is that's a very nurturing mother. Okay. That's a very earthly, grounded, wholesome kind of feminine energy here. And this Three of Pentacles, look at this. This is the energy of building solid foundations, you know? And I just kind of feel like this energy of the angel in love is that shadow of like, can I build this? You know, is this really what it is meant to be? It's like that kind of, I just feel like there's so many shadow energies really, I feel that, that have really come up for this week's energy. Have faith in your dreams. Absolutely. You know, and that's kind of what I was like, it's as though this energy is like that lacking, you know, that fear of can what I love come true? Can I have faith in what I love? Or is that just done, right? Have faith in your dreams. This is that energy here of, you know, just having faith in what it is you want to manifest and build in life. You have to have faith in the things you want to manifest. You have to have faith. You have to have, you know, that has to be the energy in which you are putting into those dreams, is that you do have faith to build. You do have that energy of faith. You know, that's what you're putting out there into those dreams. That's what you're putting out there into that spiritual line. Like that's powerful. The energy here of appreciation was in reverse for the divine feminine. And this can really be struggle. This can just be that struggle within the divine feminine right now, where she's struggling with finding, you know, she's struggling. Like it's, you know, the magician in the mirror is like this energy of her being, like, especially with it in reverse, is being imbalanced. And I feel like appreciation in this faith line in reverse is like, I've put in work. Why is it just like, it's hard to be appreciative when things aren't changing, right? Like I can only be standing in this rose garden so long being poked, looking at the same one flower, you know? It's hard to find that kind of appreciation when the cycles are continuing, right? When the change that we are working for just isn't here yet. But that's the thing, right? It is here. Things are changing. Two of Cups, look at that. It can be hard to really find, I feel like that's just this faith, right? Where it's like the divine feminine is just struggling so much right now to find that appreciation in this Two of Cups, to find that appreciation in that blending of energy, you know? Oh my gosh, yeah, it's the faith. Look at that, and the Five of Wands. Guys, emotionally, the divine masculine up here, you know, Two of Cups, Five of Wands. Here, spiritually, that's what the divine feminine with appreciation in reverse. Isn't that interesting? It's just, you know, I get it, you know, again, I can't say that enough. Like, this is the line of the faith, and it's like, what's the point, right? That's that appreciation kind of in reverse. Like, what's the point? Why, especially when it comes to this kind of blending of energies? What is the point in leveling up here? What is the point in kind of like, it's that lack of appreciation, maybe even for the change that has happened here. Wow, that's pretty intense. Huh, let's get a moon card for this as well. Your hard work is paying off. That's interesting because it was the new moon in Capricorn. Full moon in Capricorn and the new moon in Capricorn. And isn't it kind of cool? Because Capricorn is that energy of structures. But the tarot card for the Capricorn is the devil. And that is, you know, the things that we are attached to, the limitations, the structures that we are attached to. And it's kind of interesting here that the moon cards here for the divine feminine are both Capricorns. It's like really that energy of releasing yourself from the structures that you have held yourself back from or you know, confined in. Like this divine feminine energy here is shifting because it's like breaking, I think, out of the mold of what we thought the change needed to look like, you know? The energy here of the physical with the for the divine masculine was the healer of ages in reverse. This is kind of, I feel like when we're talking about physical energy, I feel like that's often the time, that's the energy of making the shifts. Okay, that's actually the tangible kind of energy here. And this can really be where that masculine energy is feeling disconnected here. Yeah, Ten of Wands. You know, where there are massive cycles to really heal and complete. And it's as though that physical healing, that tangible healing that needs to happen, I feel that this divine masculine energy can be very much struggling with that right now. Ten of Wands and the Judgment. Yeah, because it's hard for them to kind of come forward here. And the Two of Swords. It's hard for them really to come forward here. You know, this energy of the divine masculine, it's hard to come forward with what needs to be healed here. I think that's really where they've been blocking themselves in the past, you know, is that surrendering. And the surrendering is acknowledging that, you know, to surrender just means to acknowledge that you have the faith that you're loved. That no matter what has been, no matter what you have come through, you are loved. That is the energy of surrendering, right? Surrendering over the shame, surrendering over the guilt. And I feel like that divine masculine energy is here, like holding on to it, being like, I don't know if I can do that. Like, I don't know if I can surrender all of this vulnerability, all of these pains over, because then I actually have to address them for what they are. I actually have to finish out and heal what needs to be left healed. Like what needs to be, you know, left in the past, done, healed, done. Ten of Wands. Like that's completing the cycles, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Right? But that, I kind of feel like this divine masculine energy here is very much, it's challenged, you know, it's definitely challenged to push themselves bigger and beyond that, right? It's as though this emotional energy, they've dropped down the walls, they acknowledged that, okay, there needed to be that like shift within the emotional energy here, but it's like, physically, can I actually put what needs to be done emotionally into physical action? And I don't know if that's, there needs to be surrendering here. You know, the Two of Swords needs to be unblocked. Yeah, there definitely has to be work here put in, for sure. Let's get a card here for the divine masculine. Meditate and contemplate. Look at that. New moon in Pisces. And work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. You know? And this isn't, again, like, guys, this is talking about, you know, the divine masculine side inside of our own beings too. So it is a very, like, this isn't just pointing fingers at masculines and being like, you know, you guys, you're not going to make the changes, you're not going to do the work. No, this is really acknowledging this energy of like, you need to meditate, you need to contemplate, you need to do the healing, release the fears, right? Something's holding you back here. So heal what needs to be healed, you know, put in the tangible steps to do that, right? The divine feminine energy here for this was Archangel Michael in reverse. And this is the energy of the root chakra, our first chakra. That's the energy of our security, you know, and when it's in reverse, when it's imbalanced like this, that's the energy of us physically feeling imbalanced, physically feeling unrooted, physically feeling as though we are not grounded. You know, that divine energy, that divine feminine energy here is not grounded in where she should be. Let's see. Let's get clarified here. Temperance, patience, shocker. Patience and the Eight of Swords here. You know, and I kind of was getting that feeling because this divine feminine energy here is really where it's like, you know, I've been patient. I've been patient for so long and things are still just not changing in the way that I want to see them changing. And that kind of shakes us, you know? It's that rooted energy here, that security energy here that's like, is this change actually going, you know, to take place? And I think just that stage of being in this patience, you know, that stage of being in this temperance makes this divine feminine energy feel trapped. Because it's as though, you know, this divine feminine energy has been sitting here in this stage, unable to make the physical changes that needed to happen here. But that's the shift here. It's as though the divine feminine is wanting to make all of these action steps. And the patience is like, no, you're just supposed to sit here and balance this out. Right? Don't allow yourself to feel trapped here. There is a new beginning here. But it's within this stage of the temperance. It's within this balance, right? The imbalance here is feeling like the victim. The imbalance here is where, you know, that grounding energy that we're being called to do. Like, look at how grounded this guy is, that temperance, right? Don't allow your speed to be what makes, like, your speed and your this needs to happen this way, you know? Don't allow that to be what makes you feel like a victim here. It's the energy of taking, you know, control of this temperance, of this balance that's just needed. Acknowledging, you know, that you need to ground yourself here. It's the energy here of the security, whether that's in, you know, your own, whether that's romantic or whether that's just in your own being. But it is this energy here of feeling not where you should be. Put your feet in the ground. Take some big deep breaths. And as you're breathing, I want you to breathe that energy right up from the soles of your feet all the way through. Right? And it's that energy of connecting to the things that are going to bring us our security, you know, bring us our solid foundation. We can't depend on others for that kind of solid foundation within our own lives. That has to come from within ourselves. That peace has to come from within ourselves. You know, and if we're so worried about all the change that needs to be happening, we will make ourselves feel like the victim. We will make ourselves feel trapped because the change is only seen when you're taking the peace, like when you're taking the pause, right? When you're allowing yourself that moment of peace to see the change that is all around you. Don't let, you know, this long kind of journey, don't let that like, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, just don't let the long journey be what, you know, kind of makes you waver off, right? Luck is on your side. Absolutely. New moon in Sagittarius. there is that new beginning, right? There is a new beginning here for you. It's just acknowledging here that the energy is gaining momentum. It's acknowledging that it's coming. You're in it. So pause and give yourself this opportunity to see that you are in the change, to see that you are grounded. Wow. All right, let's finish with an untethered here. That was quick. The purpose of spiritual evolution is to remove the blockages that cause you fear. And that is what this is about. It is about spiritual evolution, my friends. It is about moving yourself through and past all of these uncomfortable stages. Wow. All right, guys. Well, be sure to check the full moon reading. I also am going to be doing an extended for this reading. So in the extended, I will be getting into all of these kind of clarifiers. Now, the catch with the extended is that in order to actually get the extended, they cost another $5. So if that is something that you are interested in, and an extended version of this is what you are after, message me. In the description box is my email address, and you can send me a message. You can also just send an e-transfer to that email address, and I will send you the link for the extended. All right. If you did enjoy this video, please do hit like, subscribe if you have not. I would love to hear your comments. And until next time, take great care of your souls, my friends. Bye now.